Not a lot of people are being aspiring actors going out to auditions, trying to do that hustle, and then running a film festival
No.
and making films. I mean, you know.
And I feel like, I know it's a way it's like, but I feel like I'm helping the community, but I feel like putting them on my back a little bit between what I'm trying to do. But I like that. I mean that in a positive way. I like that giving everybody a stage to shine. Because my favorite part of Night of Shorts is when an actor is seen on the screen and there's directors and producers in the crowd says, I don't know who that was. And then the next day they're hired, so that was basically, an audition. It's like, oh, I picked this guy from this film, picked this girl from this film. When I heard they got work because of the event, it's because they were seen.
You got purpose.
I love it. Oh God, that's such a great feeling. So, and it's worked for me. Hey, there's the funny host. Hey, I've always been in every one of my events somehow. Because I got active work.
Does the Philadelphia Film Festival help you as running it? Because that's a known entity.
Yeah. Consistently is a big thing too. If you're not consistent, then everyone doesn't follow it and believe in it. So there's some people it's like, hey, I'm going to start running films here, and then they run two, and you don't hear from them for 9 months. Well, it kind of looks bad on you as a promoter. You kind of have to keep going. You got to give reason for people to come back, and to top it all off, I can do whatever I want to these events and have any idea I want. If the community doesn't come, it's over. So they're coming, and the numbers are increasing. So I'm doing something right.
People, some sophisticated people who know about it on your list, and like they're artsy and they just want to see this stuff.
Yeah, but also what's as good is when I first started, I'd say it was just all actors, producers, and immediate family. Now I got people coming in off the street. Saying guys were telling me like, yo, I had no money in my pocket, but it was $6 per person. I brought my girl. We watched 2.5 hours of film. She loved it. Loved everything.
Giving good entertainment.
Yeah, giving good entertainment for under $20, and there's snack bars and all that, and they get to mingle and like, hey, I just saw that guy on the screen. So I'm getting people off the street in there, and that's what Philly needs. They need the community of people.
So you're both running a film festival and also being an actor and making films?
Mm-hmm.
That's a heavy load. Phil, can you market yourself purely out of Philadelphia and send stuff around and get to where you want?
You know what? If there's anything that's backfired on me, is my name's only regional. Because I can't really say I'm going to go attack New York or try to get work elsewhere because I'm needed here.
Right.
So I'm trying to now.
You do have a day job.
Yes, I do, and I got a mortgage, and I'm a single guy with a mortgage in South Jersey. This is not going to work. It's kind of hard to make a living being an actor in Philly. It's. I always tell people it's useless to be SAG or to be SAG period if you're in Philly because there's not enough SAG work to feed you. There's more independent films. So it's like now you're caught in between independent films don't pay you too much. Okay, but the SAG work is paying you so much per day. If it's $150 before taxes, well, that's great. You're in that film, but you're number 72 at the bar, sitting in the back, sitting behind the mainstream actors.
But okay, you need 170 every day.
Every day, and there's not
just a
there's
couple
not
days a
enough.
week.
So I always say, if you're going to be SAG, you're better off moving to New York or finding the best way to commute. And I look at okay, if I'm going to be a full-time actor and there's not work for me right now, I'm applying and trying to get, and I'm up to a 3-week streak, I got to go be an extra. What do I do when I'm in New York? I live in South Jersey. I got to, where you make it $250 a day if you're lucky. Well, now I got to feed myself up there. When that price comes down, I'm not making $250 now. I got to travel. I got to come back. Where am I staying? That's a huge thing too. So you got to kind of balance that out. You have to look at your life. If you have a mortgage, you're kind of locked. If you don't have a mortgage and you're living with people and renting, you've got an arm. You could take that shot. I'm a little locked up right now. I've heard you speak before.
You have a natural projection. It sort of goes boom. It's like naturally loud. Is that something you had to work on, or?
No, I'm Italian.
Okay.
So we were very, it's a loud house.
How come you don't use your hands to talk then?
Because I didn't want to be typed. I'm very prideful on being Italian. There's just no other race that touches us. We're just shit. But at the same time, I didn't want to.
You just don't want to be like every.
Yeah.
When you're doing MMA, was there any talking to the audience from you?
No, because that's how you get knocked out. Yeah. Wrestling's where I had fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. I was never a good guy.
Now, when you say wrestling, you mean
Professional hip toss, yeah, flying
Yeah.
off the top rope, yeah, flipping in
the
ground.
choreographed?
Yeah,
Wow, I did not know that.
the choreographed stunt show. I always don't call it the F word. It all hurts.
Oh, no, those
You just know the output,
guys,
yeah.
no, the reason why the mortality is so high, it's not that they're into drugs, it's just that they're into painkillers.
Yeah,
And that's what killed, I mean,
Well, if
you're
you're
never
full-time,
surprised you
yeah.
see a wrestler die at age 40, age 50.
yeah. We just lost another one. Ultimate Warrior
Yeah.
just checked out. So
Yeah,
What was that? There was a movie of the wrestler that was, what was his name?
Mickey,
Mickey Rourke, we were talking about
you
him.
missed
Ah,
that. You
I
missed the
just-
you missed
oh
the
my
conversation.
So did you tour around doing wrestling?
This tri-state.
And how long did you do it?
I did that from '99 to '04, and then that I just got really drawn.
That's a
to-
good 5 years.
I got drawn to MMA. I was in the business from '97 on, and that's where I started doing promotion. I was helping the promotion. like,
You
promote.
did the reverse Brock Lesnar.
I did the reverse Brock Lesnar, so it's like I started eventually like when I started in '97 overall. I worked with ECW wrestling behind the scenes. I was helping just the promoters that were getting all the ticket sales up. I started working with them.
ECW was a big thing in
Yes, it
the
was.
village.
I worked with the third largest wrestling company in the world.
In high school, were you a wrestler?
No, I was a real quiet kid.
Yeah, sure.
So you came into this, I mean, did you go to, did you take classes? Like,
I
there's-
took
there's
Wang
schools for
Wang
pro
Chun
wrestling.
Kung Fu is my favorite style. That's traditional martial arts. That's
Okay.
what Yip Man did, who trained Bruce Lee.
So you're already skilled in that?
No. I started that at age 19, and by age 25, I flipped to MMA. So I only had striking skills. I knew nothing of the ground. So I went and took jiu-jitsu for a year to put my hands away, because the ground game is what you need to learn first.
Yeah.
So I went backwards.
But for the professional wrestling, you know, I mean, like,
20 minutes.
there's classes
20
and schools in that.
Oh God, yeah. I trained with a little of everybody.
Yeah.
We hopped around. We never really.
You want any food or anything for yourself?
Yeah, where's the food? There's food here? I didn't know that.
I mean, I would think for marketing yourself as an actor, the fact that you not only the background in MMA, but in pro
Yeah.
wrestling,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's a calling card.
I wrestled Nicole Bass from the Howard
Wow!
Stern show. Yeah. She beat the crap out of me. It was fun. I was chokeslammed by her.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, one thing about me, I lived.
Did you
I lived
see
the
like
life.
the early days of ECW in Philly? I mean, it
I
went out
can't-
of business for a while, and it came back. But I
it went under,
I
never
was
came
watching it from the get go.
Okay.
When you know.
Did you watch all of it straight through? Straight through the whole era, basically.
The first 2 years or so.
Oh,
The
so
first
that's
two-
'93 to '95.
Yeah, really early.
Yeah, when it was growing.
Like Tommy Dreamer.
I wasn't even around then. Like I wasn't. I didn't come around until I started getting wind of it in '95. I started seeing it in '96, but I moved here. I started coming to all their shows like a obsessed
Sandman.
fan, around
I mean,
'97.
it was a revelation because they were the first hardcore. I mean, like the bigger wrestling companies weren't doing that stuff.
Because
And it was nuts.
That's why half of them are dead.
Yeah. I mean, the things that they did, I was astonished.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just they were.
Yeah,
fallen-
humans aren't supposed to get hit like that.
Yeah. I mean, they must have been taking bad concussions.
Awful.
It was great theater,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah.
Who's the referee who became the manager? He was one of
Bill
my favorites.
Alfonso.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
one of
he
my
was
favorites.
great.
I liked him as a referee.
Yeah. But
And they had Taz.
yeah.
A
Brooklyn.
lot of great characters.
I love that company. It's one of my favorite eras of my
A
life.
lot of them went on to become major stars in WWE.
Yeah, and some of them still have jobs backstage, like Tommy Dreamer and stuff. They carried over. And some of them had nowhere to go.
Yep.
Was a wild, like bunch of misfits. So a lot of weird attitudes. I mean, I have stories. It's an amazing era of my life.
And just the arena they had.
ECW area, corner of Swanson and Ritter.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a big garage. And
Someone else.
you could feel it too. That it was, that this is like a local community phenomenon.
Yeah.
I mean, just grassroots.
Huh?
And they putting on the craziest, best show they could imagine.
Put the lab on for.
They're still doing some out of there. The place there, but I mean, it's never caught fire again.